Hey, welcome to our next Junior Statistics video. We're now going to chat about histograms. This is where a few students get a little bit confused between histograms and bar graphs. A histogram is a statistical graph that displays group data. The data used in a histogram is mostly continuous, and continuous data is data that we collect by measuring. But we can draw histograms with discrete data. Discrete data is data that is collected by counting. All right, let's get into our first example, and we're going to display the following data in a histogram. First and foremost, this is continuous data. We've measured this data. This is heights, and we measure heights. And people can be all sorts of heights, 142.3 centimeters. So we're putting them into groups, all right? This first group, there's one person in this group. Anybody who is 140 centimeters and greater, but up to less than 145. The next group are people who are 145 centimeters up to, but less than 150. There's one person in that group. This group are people who are 150 centimeters and above, all the way up to, but less than 155 centimeters. There are three people who are put into this group. What about somebody who is 150.3 centimeters? Well, they'd be in this group that we've highlighted right now because they are 150 and bigger, but not bigger than 155. What about somebody who is 149.8 centimeters? They would be in this group because they're not up to 150. All right, here's what the histogram looks like. Now, first check as you draw your histogram, please check that it's got a title to explain things. It's got the labels on both axes, the height's on the x-axis, the frequency is the label for the y-axis, and that the bars are equal in width. Okay, let's talk about what's going on. See this group here? This is the group of people that are between 140 up to, but not 145. So notice we've put 140 on the left, 145 on the right. This bar, or this group of people, are those that are 140 up to, but less than 150. This group of people, there's three of them, are those that are between 150 centimeters up to, but not greater than 155. And so on and so on. All right, example 2, we're going to display the following discrete data in a histogram. So I said we can do discrete data. Right, so this is discrete data because we've counted the data in its whole numbers. Right, well, we do need to group it. That's the difference between a bar graph and a histogram. It has to be grouped. So this is what we're going to group it into. People who score 0 to 10, people who score 11 to 20. Now, we don't need to worry about 10.5 or 10.7 because we can't get that when we get a score like counting. Right, these are people between 21 and 30. These are people between 31 and 40. And these are people between 41 and 50. Right, we count up. There's one person who's in this first group. There are two people in the next group. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in this group. There's 7 people in this group. And there's 3 people in this group. So we've grouped it. Now we're going to draw a histogram because it's group data. So here's what the histogram will look like. Again, please check that you've got titles, labels on both axes, and the bars are equal width. Okay, what's going on again? See this first group? Those are all the students that got between 0 and 10 marks, and there was one student. This group are all the students that got between 11 and 20, and there were 2 of them. This group are all the students who got marks between 21 and 30, and there were 5 of them, and so on and so on. Now, if you notice the biggest thing about histogram and bar graphs, histogram, the bars touch each other because we group them from one group straight into the next group. Whereas bar graphs, we have defined categories like blue, red, and green, and we have distinct gaps between them. All right, hey, thanks so much for watching.